What's up, guys? Jaxel here. As you know, we have a ranking system on 8-Way Run. The Soul Calibur 5 ranking systems aren't too bad because when it comes to ranking system accuracy is increases in accuracy over time based on how many events and matches are submitted into the system. So as long as we continue to get results submitted into the system, we can ensure higher accuracy. So Soul Calibur 5, it's pretty good because for the majority of the life of Soul Calibur 5, people were actually submitting events to the ranking system. Soul Calibur 2, on the other hand, this ranking system is complete garbage. I shouldn't be number 2. It's just that not a lot of events actually submitted their results. So like this is the entire list of all the events that have ever been submitted for Soul Calibur 2. So the only reason I'm ranked as high as I am is because I've submitted all my events and most people haven't submitted theirs. So Soul Calibur 2 rankings, it's complete garbage. Ignore it. Soul Calibur 5 is, however, actually pretty good because, as I said, it has more events submitted to it. So with Soul Calibur 6, I'm trying to uh, once again ask people to submit events. It's going to be a bigger game now since it's new. And as I said before, the more events that are submitted to the system, the higher the accuracy of the rankings become. That's just how all ranking systems work, not just ours. Uh, right now, we actually have our ranking systems using ELO, so, everyone likes ELO for some reason. Okay, so with Soul Calibur 5, I'm going to show a couple of things that have been implemented to make things easier for tournament organizers, as well as incentivize people to submit their events. So first of all, when you create an event, uh, after the event is over and you submit the event to the 8-Way Run rankings, normally you have to go through the event and link everyone's account to their account here on 8-Way Run, because if they're not linked to their account here on 8-Way Run, they're not going to get credit and they're not going to be included in the rankings. So a couple of years ago, I actually made a Android app hoping to make things easier for people, and that Android app is called XenTorneo Buddy. You can see my cell phone screen on the left side of the screen. And you can actually go directly on Google and search for this app and find it. Another thing you can do is go to the top of 8wayrun.com, click on the QR link, and there is a link to XenTorneo Buddy for Android right here, which you can click on, and that brings you to the store on your computer so that you can install it directly that way. All right, so the advantage of this app is it makes it a bit easier to link people to their accounts on Challenge. I'm sorry, someone just messaged me on Discord. That's what that sound was. Okay, so we've got XenTorneo Buddy on the left side. As you can see, I have planned support for Smash GG, but Smash GG currently does not have an open API system that allows us to do the kind of stuff that Challenge's API does. So that's why it's currently not supported. So right now, this app only works with Challenge, but if you run your tournaments on Challenge, what this will allow you to do is link players to their accounts before your tournament has even started. So I'm going to click on Challenge. I'm going to log into my Challenge account. Okay, come on, Challenge. Work faster. There we go. And we have a pending event right here called Testing. Now, right now, Testing has 12 players in it. And if you look on my cell phone screen, you can see several of those players have numbers next to their name. Now, normally, if you submitted a player through here, let's say I'm going to submit a player named Tom, and I'm going to add him. Come on, there we go. Now, Tom is in the rankings. I'm sorry, he's in the participants list. But if we look at the cell phone app, there is no number next to his name. And that is because this specific number is the your forum ID on 8-Way Run. So for instance, if we were to look at Empty Fighter, his forum ID is 355. Now, there are several ways to get your forum ID. It's actually in the URL to your account. So if you look at the bottom left of the screen right there, you can see Zefukai's number is 3990. Now, with the app, when you submit a player, if you want to use text input, you can do that. You can type in Zeph, and his forum ID is 3990. I could even put in his cell phone number if I wanted to use that feature, but let's skip that for now and click check. And he has been added to the bottom of the list with his forum ID linked right there. Another thing you could do is people can actually show up to the event with their QR code, which is, as I showed before, available right there. They can bring it right up on their cell phone and show you their QR code. So if we go to the rankings, I'm going to add a couple of random people using the cell phone. QR codes are also available right there on the side. I'm going to click right here on the cell phone. I'm going to click QR scan, and that's going to bring up my cell phone. And I'm going to scan right there and submit IRM directly into this event. And as you can see, it's got his account number right there. You know, it just found it right from the QR code. And now let's add one more player so we get a nice even rounded 16 players in this tournament. So let's add Partisan. There we go. Oh, no, it wasn't able to add Partisan. Is that possibly because... Well, I don't know why I wasn't able to add Partisan. We'll figure that out another time. All right, let's try this one. I was able to add Blue Boy, but not Partisan. All right, well, we'll figure that out another time. And so now we have 16 players, and all but 2 of them have forum IDs. I didn't link Tom because he's just some random guy who showed up, and I didn't link myself because I'm just using that as an example. Now, when this tournament is over and we submit the tournament to the ranking system, these 14 players who have their numbers next to their names will already have their accounts linked to the results. You won't have to search for anything. You won't have to find out what their accounts are after the fact. They're already linked. It's taken care of. It's very easy. Okay, so another incentive for accuracy in this ranking system, something I just finished programming this morning. We had it in the old version, but I didn't have it in the new version of our website. So it is a return to an old feature, and that is seeding your event by this ranking system. Because, you know, what's the point of having a ranking system if you don't get something out of it? Zephykai can say, hey, I'm number 1 on the rankings, but if he doesn't get seeded at tournaments based on these rankings, then what exactly is the point? So here we are in the Soul Calibur 4 rankings, and I'm going to scroll down to the sidebar, and there is a section called Seed Events. And I'm going to click the challenge button because it's the only button available right now. And what it's going to ask is the link to our tournament, which is awayrun.challenge.com/testing. And I'm going to put that right there. And this event will be seeded against this rankings of Soul Calibur 5. But there is a notice here, very important. Before we can seed this event, you need to give us admin access to your event. You can do this by adding 8-Way Run as an admin to your event or organization. Now, all the events I run are members of the 8-Way Run organization. So if I were to look at the organization itself and click on the Members tab, you can see that I have 8-Way Run already as an admin of our organization. This pretty much means that 8-Way Run has the ability to manage all the events that we have already. So I don't really need to do much more than that. But if you're not running off an organization and haven't put 8-Way Run as a member of your organization, what you can do is go to Settings, scroll down to the bottom, go to Advanced Options, click on Permissions, and click on Share Admin Access to this tournament. And in that, you just type in the username 8-Way Run, add it, and then click save. And now 8-Way Run has admin access to your tournament. Now, the reason why 8-Way Run needs admin access to your tournament is because since when we're going to seed this event, it's going to need to update all the players and change their seed numbers, so it needs management rights of the event. All right, so we have 16 players, and I'm going to bring up the original rankings right here. So you've got LP, Dr. Hates, Keeve, and so on going down. But here on the desktop, I'm going to click Proceed. Now, the thing, before I click Proceed, though, there is a limitation on the Challenge API. It has to seed each player one by one. So this can take a long time depending on how many people you have in the event that you are trying to seed. Another thing is any player who does not have a number next to their name on this list cannot be seeded. So right at the start, I'm going to tell you that myself, Jaxel, and Tom are going to be at the bottom of the list, and that's because we can't get seeded because since there's no account, there's no way for the system to know what that person's ranking is. So let's click Proceed, and we're going to see it move. There we go. And now it's processing each player one by one, and as it goes down, it will add a check mark saying it's done. Come on, last one. You can do it. Challenge API, you can do it. There we go. And now everyone is seated in the order based on their results or their rankings in Soul Calibur 5. Zephykai is first in the rankings, so he is first on the seed list. And if we compare it to the old seed list, where we had LP, Dr. Hates, and Keeve at the top, well, Keeve is still third, lucky him. Hawkeye is still fourth, lucky him. But as you can see, Link has been moved from 5th place to 2nd place. And we can refresh it on the cell phone to get the updated, there we go, and it's the updated list. And so that's an incentive to make sure that the ranking system is as accurate as possible, because now we can seed events based on it. Anyways, peace out, guys. And please, please submit events to the ranking system. It definitely helps.